there are 4 people in the race total. But they have routed and practiced this. So King Doll, who's done quite a bit of King Doll really likes routed randomizer and swordless, so it's really right up his alley. Notice he went up and got that heart container even before getting the blue candle. Starting on the blue candle screen is part of the flag, part of the All Boards No Swords flag set. So see, they're both grabbing a 4th heart, and yes, this is a swordless seed. And this is a swordless seed where the wand happens to be in level 9, which made it pretty nasty. So we'll see how they route it out now that they know everything about the seed in advance.
Now the money on this particular seed is actually pretty good. All 3 secrets rolled up.
King Doll going ahead and grabbing some money, and
yeah, they're probably going to want to buy some bombs, buy some arrows.
Yeah, just like a vanilla swordless run. The first thing you do is get money and do shopping right off the bat. King Doll actually did quite a bit of work for the vanilla swordless category. He has a very good time in it. He was grinding it for a long time. He contributed to some ideas to the current world record route, and
Dr. J used those mini roads in order to go probably near the Armos item, I believe. Or was that over in the Lost Hills?
I think it's interesting that they both chose to get a bunch of money right off the bat, because as the Rupees Effect speed flag means that because they're filling up all their money, their links are now going wildly fast.
Especially King Doll, 229. Zoom.
Yeah, so the question is, how do you kill Ganon without a sword? Well, of course, in the vanilla game, you can't. The vanilla swordless run ends when you get to Ganon, but in Randomizer, when the swordless flag is on, Ganon is vulnerable to the wand.
The King Doll, after picking up the Armos item, which is a ladder, doing some shopping. I predict level 1 will be the first dungeon that you're going to go into. And I'm wrong. I mean, this is 7 was the dungeon they went into first last time.
Yeah, the red ring is on the coast, so I imagine and the ladder's under the Armos, right? So I imagine they're both going to want to get the red ring right off the bat.
This is a true thing.
So that looks like where they're heading now.
All right, and King Doll does go into level 1 and is the first dungeon they are making any staying time in.
Ooh, getting caught in a like is a problem, because the only way to kill a like is a wand or a sword or bombs, and King Doll was out of bombs before he was done damaging the like, so he had to back out of that. We'll see how being at 0 bombs affects him. He may have backups routed in. We'll see how much that matters.
Yes, the bomb upgrade in level 1.
Yes.
And Dr. J's got his red ring.
You can see from the map, this is first quest level 1. This is all boards no swords flag set. It's as swordless flag sets go. It's supposed to be relatively easy. The levels are all first quest vanilla. You start with the blue candle, etc. But can cause some complications. So Kingdall getting the any key out of level 1 right off the bat. So I guess it's funny with a routed seed like this, you could just route the keys, but sometimes it's faster to just route in the any key and not worry about keys after that. Or sometimes you just have a limited amount of time to plan, so it's easier than trying to figure out what the fastest keys are. Kingdall grabs the Triforce out of 1 and going right back in. Let's see, what else is in 1? The recorder. So I guess he's going to grab the recorder.
I apologize. It seems we have a little bit of a tracking issue right now. It's eating all the clicks.
Oh. Well, Kingdall has the level 1 Triforce, and that's most of what's happened in the race so far. Kingdall heading into level 4. I believe the red candle was in level 4, and when this was raced, the seed was raced blind last week. TA 909 was in here significantly earlier than everyone else, and built up a big lead because of that. Because the red candle is the most powerful, repeatable offense until you get to the wand, and the wand takes a while in this seed. Yeah, recorder can be used to warp to dungeons where they've completed the Triforce. It can also be used to kill dig doggers and open the vanilla level 7 spot, which I don't remember if that's relevant. I actually
relevant.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in it. So, but he needs it for this dig dogger.
And still get an appearance of Zelda's room.
Yeah, the dig dogger had the Triforce in 4, so you have to get the recorder out of 1 before you go into 4. So they're both doing basically that same opening: is get the recorder out of 1 and then go to 4.
To answer chat, they are moving so fast because there's a new option called rupee speed increase, where they go faster the more rupees they have.
Yeah. So the idea of last week's race was we take the all boards no swordless flag set and add the new rupee speed flag. And the idea of this race was that seed was terrible. Let's see if people can race it routed. And so it adds an interesting dynamic. They know exactly when they're getting these rupee secrets, so they have to strategically, like, when is it going to be helpful to have a fast link and when is it going to make things like impossible. Now, when Link is sped up, it makes clipping a lot easier. You know, King Doll just cleared that room to pull the power bracelet out. You can block clip if you have something to buffer the clip with, but that obviously they don't have a sword because it's a swordless flag set, and it's a little bit tricky, and that becomes very relevant in this seed. Yes, they're racing the same seed that was raced blind last week. So yes, it's essentially like a spoiler log race, except it's a run back. Same idea, yeah.
Yeah, there was no spoiler log generated for this particular seed, so they just have to do it by running the seed.
Yeah.
And we got the tracker responding somewhat. We'll see if we can get that thing squared away. Because King Doll does not quite have that many Triforces yet.
So level 7 had a heart container, so all King Doll needs out of here is the Triforce, which he has.
Oh my, King Doll. I missed it looking at the tracking stuff, so I see King Doll has 18 bombs.
Oh yeah, he routed in a couple of those bomb upgrades, which is pretty. I think they're pretty necessary given what is coming out. Like
given the being able to kill Wizrobes and Darknets.
Yeah, and there are some very required Wizrobe and Darknet fights to come. So, and I believe.
Mugger, what?
Question chat, do you recommend learning the vanilla game before the randomizer? Not necessarily. People do it both ways. There are tracking resources that allow you to play randomizer without knowing a ton about the vanilla game, but it certainly helps. Especially, I mean, there some flags it matters more. Vanilla knowledge matters more than others, but
and you can always just set the game to be vanilla with some randomizer tweaks.
That is true. That is true. The randomizer can do things like give you the vanilla game with where all the enemies have 0 HP, which can be fun.
And you can use those cool things like select swap and
King Doll using that bomb upgrade to get through that Wizrobe fight and get that Triforce out of level 2. So the big question is, how are they going to route to level 5? Because he's going to want more bombs before he goes in there, because there's a bunch of Darknets guarding the Triforce. I imagine he will get a bomb upgrade here. And now he's up to 22 bombs, because he routed in all of the bomb upgrades.
Well, there's still the magical sword bomb upgrade.
Well, yeah. But I don't know that he's going to get however many hearts that takes.
Most likely not.
Yeah.
Red Ring says, nah.
Alright, here we go. Now, there are two really nasty things in level 5. One, the Triforce is guarded by a lot of blue dark nuts, which is why King Doll is coming in here with 22 bombs. The other thing is the bow is guarded by Pole's Voice in here, which we'll see in a second. He looks like he's going to do the Triforce first. Force bomb in there.
I mean, blue dark nuts aren't that much of a problem when you got 22 bombs.
Yeah, 20, effectively 26, counting the force pack that he got. So, and he's leaving with 12, so it's nice. So he'll have to go back in and get the bow. And the randomizer can never force you to do a glitch to complete it. So the logic for this seed actually wants you to double dip level 9 and come back here with the wand. And you can't, of course, you can block clip around this. The Rupees Effect speed flag actually makes this a little complicated because you can't do an unbuffered clip when Link is sped up. You have to buffer it somehow, and buffering with a candle, which is what King Doll's kind of trying to do, is a little bit trickier than a sword, and this is a swordless flag set. So I know Dr. J, when he did this seed blind last week, his flash card actually crashed, but he was in the process of going into level 9 because he didn't manage to do this clip. So I wonder if anyone's actually going to route the double dip of 9, but because it's hard, the rupee speed. I mean, King Doll's on 82 rupees, so he sped up. Okay, he finally got it, but it took him a lot of tries to get on the right pixel and then get that buffered clip in. And he gets his bow and he saves.
Yeah, one of the runners last week was trying to get rid of some rupees to make the clipping easier, and by money making, and it didn't work out so well. We love you all, runners.
Yeah, the runner who was on stream and forfeited last week came into the IRC and it's like, oh, it's the same seed as last week? No. Even knowing exactly what to do, I don't want to deal with that again. So, hats off to the brave souls who decided to tackle this. Or were so mad at the seed that they couldn't let the game win. Question: how many bomb upgrades are there? There are in a normal, they're sort of by default too. Like in the vanilla game, in vanilla first quest, there's one in level 5 and one in level 7. In a swordless flag set, the bomb upgrades are the white sword and the magical sword are also replaced by bomb upgrades. So King Doll routed the white sword bomb upgrade in as well. So that's how he got so many bombs. It looks like Dr. J is headed to do exactly the same thing, grab that bomb upgrade.
Although the randomizer settings do not require the swords to be replaced by bomb upgrades, they can be just a bomb pack.
Yeah, but
that's just cruel.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the idea behind All Wars No Swords was to make swordless a little more accessible, so adding the bomb upgrades is a nice thing. Although, you can still roll a seed like this, where there's no wand until 9, so... And yeah, King Doll got the silvers out of 6. And,
Yeah, if the seed wanted to be nice, all I had to do was roll a Gleeok someplace, and then one would not have to be a 9.
That is true. The
or not
unless the logic required a double dip, like it did with the Pole's Voice.
Well, same Gleeok blocking a Triforce would do it.
Yeah.
So I believe that gives King Doll a functioning master weapon of a bow. Sacrificing that speed.
Dr. J spending a lot of time farming overworld enemies, and I'm not quite sure why. I wonder, we might have to ask him after if something went wrong in his route that he had to fix.
Well, he's out of money and probably just needed more bombs. And is just making his way to wherever we're going now.
And I think that was King Doll's last Triforce piece. He had 4 and 7 earlier, so. On to 9.
First order of business, find something that can actually hit Ganon.
Yeah. Yeah, with the Swordless Flag on, the wand is absolutely required to kill Ganon. Even if you happen to mix flags in such a way that you have a sword, which you can do. You can, like, put a Swordless Flag on, but then have a sword as a starting item. People have built flag sets around that, and it's kind of funny if you forget that and take a stab at Ganon, nothing happens, because Ganon is set to be vulnerable to the wand and not the sword.
It probably happened once every race in that random percent tournament we had.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Random percent was where it came up a lot, because those flags were mix and matched.
Yeah, in the early rounds, you had the double starting item, and once you had Swordless introduced, well then. It's like, oh look, I got a Swordless Seed with Max.
King Doll making pretty good time here. It's kind of hard to judge with routed seeds sometimes because every seed is different, but for this seed, which was a swordless seed that was kind of nasty, it looks like he's almost done, so making pretty short work of it. And King Doll, you notice he was abusing the wand's hitbox by staying on the bottom row, because the wand is a little bit broken where it's sort of like Link is swinging it over his head, and they forgot to turn the hitbox off when it's swinging over his head, so there's this giant hitbox. So what King Doll was doing was he was swinging left and right, but the hitbox over Link's head was hitting Ganon. And I know King Doll particularly likes to do that in Swordless Flag sets, just to remind people that the wand is not the sword. It works a little different. Meanwhile, Dr. J is into this Wizrow battle.
And get your GGs out for King Doll finishing.
It's an official SRL time of 24:33, first on stream, and also first overall. That is a win. for our Swedish friend. Looks like Dr. J is trying to farm up some more bombs. I think, and King Doll now joining us in the booth. GG, sir. Can't. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear loud and clear now.
GG.
Yeah, that terrible start. The entire route kind of went into the dumps the first 2 minutes. Oof.
Oh yeah, talk about that, because I saw you. I know you got caught in that like, and I wondered how much that would screw you up. But you had a bomb upgrade routed shortly thereafter. So I don't. But what threw you off route?
Getting stuck in the like.
Yeah.
The plan was to get the Triforce first and then come back in and get the upgrade last. So I had 14 bombs for. That's why I had to go and buy bombs to be able to clear that level 4 to get the red candle there.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I mean, you did have your bomb upgrades. I guess that threw off the plan, but you did still manage to have a ton of bombs when you went into both the blue Wizard Robes in 2 and the blue Darknets in 5. Dr. J, I think, did a lot of overworld farming. I don't know if he got thrown off his plan or similarly or what, and right now he's trying to do this this block clip in level 5, which is what threw him off last week running the seed blind. And this is not
That's weird. mechanics behind that. Certain numbers you can't do it.
Yeah,
certain
it's
numbers you can. It's weird.
yeah. Well, you have to be able to get on the pixel, which the rupee speed is going to screw you up a little bit, and
I'm sure that some of the numbers are impossible to do.
Interesting. Yeah.
So you had to route in to be around 85, because I knew that worked. 147 does not work.
Well, he's at 33 now, and I mean this took you a lot of tries. I mean he was saying last week on his stream that like he's not super comfortable with this kind of clip anyway. Like he can block clip with a sword, but like
it
sped
seems
up
to
with a candle.
It seems to go in like ranges, because around 80 is fine, and around 210, and 150 is rubbish, and maybe around 35, 40 also. It may be possible, but I couldn't do it, and I tried for a while. I can say that. Yeah, but I mean, my route, once I got the red candle, the route was on point. The problem was getting the red candle, which was the thing that happened in 1 that kind of ruined the faster step.
So Dr. J now leaving level 5, and I wonder what he's going to do, if he's going to get rid of his rupees or just double dip 9.
For a second, I thought he was going to go to that money-making game and...
Yeah. That's a possibility too.
Yeah, when I was routing this, I was routing in the door repairs because I thought that it was impossible to do it. But then I tried it, and then the science came.
So Dr. J just got to 35, so he's going to go buy a bomb pack before going back in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want as many bombs as you can for that Dark Knight room.
Well, 35 will just put him down to 0, so like the speed won't be an issue now. Or he's going to continue collecting rupees. Mr. Dunlow has finished in 2nd place with an SRL time of 30 minutes and 39 seconds, and Dumb Onion 69 is finished in 3rd with a 31:54.
Yeah, Dumb Onion, this is actually his first race. He came into the I think he actually signed up for the SG Live tournament and then withdrew, but he wasn't even streaming. He was just kind of watching races and lurking, and he came in this week and was like, I'm going to set up my stream this week and I want to join a race. And we're like, well, this is kind of not the most beginner-friendly race. So kudos, because we're routing it in advance. He actually did practice it and joined this race and completed it in a pretty respectful time. So kudos to Dumb Onion 69.
I was messaging Dunlow last night because I saw that this was a routers pretty late, so I hooked up with one of my fellow routers, and we kind of made a combination of things we knew, and put together a route. And he must have had a terrible race.
King Doll and Mr. Dunlow, for those who don't know, have in the past they were organized a series of routers races where we got the seed in advance and then raced them. So
my PB was 22:03.
Okay, so yeah, some stuff went wrong.
After the start, I was pretty much on that 22 pace. I mean, once you get those bombs, and then you get more bombs, and then you get more bombs, and then it's just eclipse.
So you really just lost. So you really just lost 2 minutes to that mishap.
Say that. I was 140 behind on my splits. Probably the worst blind seed I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty bad. I mean, I've seen worse, but like with flag sets that were designed to be really hard. Like this flag set, it's all boards, no swords. It's supposed to be, the easy swordless flag set, and then what do you know? The wand rolls into 9, and then there are like all these dark nuts and wizrobes to kill before you get there.
And with the combination with this speed thing, making the clips a lot harder.
Yeah,
and the bow ends up behind the pole's voice also in the same speed.
Of all the seeds to add the rupee speed flag to this one, so. Like,
well, I mean, it could have been a closed staircase.
well, that would have been I guess that would have been a forced double dip, but then everyone would have done it. It wouldn't have been.
But just load up 255 and go.
How much did you consider the double dip at 9?
I mean, I was routing door repairs.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna do it.
He wanted that clip.
It was actually download. It was a download that said that he had clipped at like 70 rupees, and then I thought, oh, it's possible, because I thought it was impossible above 10 or something. But
yeah, did you join the blind race last week?
Not.
I don't remember.
I missed it.
I know that there was some. Okay, yeah, because there was some discussion last week about whether, like before even seeing the seed, there was some discussion about whether that clip would be possible, like with the rupee speed thing, and someone said you can do it buffered but not unbuffered. So
yeah, it's something.
Yeah, Dunlow's saying in chat what King Doll said earlier. There are ranges where it feels impossible because it's not just the clip itself; it's getting on the pixel, and if the number of pixels that Link moves per frame changes, then it stands to reason there are certain places where it's going to be harder, if not impossible, to get to the right pixel.
Yeah, and when you buffer this, you kind of lose like the buffer, like the frames, because you have to be very specific at 85 at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, Cytown was the only one, at least on stream, who did that clip with the blue candle. Like one shot to do it and nailed it. Like everyone else got the red candle before the bow. So that was pretty impressive last week.
He is pretty impressive. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't want to do this one blind, but as a router, this is an amazing seed.
Yeah. Right, Dr. J back in for another round with this block clip. Now he's at 53. The pole, in addition to like the technical difficulty of making a clip, like the pole's voice jumping in your face makes it even tougher. Like,
yeah, the clip in the 9 is way easier with the gels.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have the bow and arrow, which is even easier if you want to spend speed. Talking to Fury about these numbers also, and he said the wand and sword was easier, but I think I don't know. It's very specific.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense because it's a longer buffer. There's things like the candle are it's like an 8-frame buffer at most, whereas the sword is like 12. I think the wand's 12 or something like that.
I tried the boomerang, and that didn't help at all.
The boomerang would probably be about the same as the candle.
That's about all you had. Candle and boomerang.
How about the bait?
I mean, that's the same thing. It's another 8-frame buffer. So
We can do a style.
So Dr. J giving up on that clip and heading up to Death Mountain now.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to see some of the best routers play. People that push seats.
It made it a little tougher that it was a run back of a seed that doesn't give you a spoiler log. So if you didn't play the race last week, you really had to like play it blind and start from scratch. So it's kind of a time commitment to enter this race.
I think the announcement of it being a routers was a few days too late. It came like on Wednesday or something.
Yeah, well, I think we still had fun.
If you're gonna route one of these, you have to put at least 15 hours into it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't think...
What is the button sequence to do the... Question in chat, what is the button sequence to do the block clip? Well, if you have a sword, you press A and then left or right. If you're buffering with a B item, it's B and then left or right. If you're doing an unbuffered clip, it's just a 1-frame tap left or right on the correct pixel, but the unbuffered clips won't work when you're sped up by this crazy Ruby speed flag. And some of the buffered clips are significantly hard as well, as we have been discussing. All the clips in the game are basically a 1-frame perpendicular tap. Either like if you're clipping right or left, it's up or down, and if you're clipping up or down, it's right or left. And whether it's buffered or unbuffered, it's a screen scroll, block clip, ladder clip. They're all the same thing. It's just making Link jump over a pixel to cheat a barrier.
Some affection for the old man 6.
I was going to say, did he get the silvers? But I guess he's going back in. Can you play with keyboard instead of controller? Yes, I don't necessarily recommend it, but a couple of people have gotten pretty good at it. Fury SK and also a 999 both play on keyboard at a very high level.
if you're looking to get into the community of the Zelda 1 randomizer, there is a Discord that's dedicated to this particular randomizer.
Dr. J getting his silvers.
And for controllers, it's like there's so many different ones you can use. You can use anything from one that actually is a Nintendo controller all the way up to the Xbox ones.
Yeah, I mean, there are adapters that'll let you use a stock controller on a computer if you're using an emulator. There are a lot of people like the iBuffalo for emulated play, but you can also get an NES and a flash cart and run the randomizer on real hardware with the low lag environment, which is pretty nice. And Dr. J has his Triforce out of level 8. Dr. J heading into level 7 for what will be his last Triforce piece, and I wonder if... I assume he's going to just go to 9 and get the wand and then go back out for the bow. But we'll see. Grab the compass so we don't get lost. I wonder if he actually misread his tracker and saw was reading the compass room as the Triforce room. That was kind of funny. I'm pretty sure he has the seed fully tracked, so.
And with the full Triforce of Wisdom, it's time for some more level 9.
Yeah, I mean, he could go back into 5 and try that clip again, but I have a feeling he's just going to want to go to 9 and get the wand. And do the logically intended double dip.
More speed, more speed.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I wonder what he's got in mind.
Level 9 was also a little bit unique. I've been doing a lot of routers, and I've never seen a 9 where not taking any stairs was probably faster.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah. Yeah, I guess usually you can find a stair path that speeds you up.
Everything was like top left, and it led to top left. And bottom right led
Yeah,
to
I
top
noticed
left.
that in routed races, level 9 is often where you see people take completely different paths because there's usually more than one way. Like one person will find a staircase and one person will find a different staircase. And
Yeah, you could have a faster way in theory, but it's tougher combat, and it's
right.
a
Things
lot
like
of
that.
things. And maybe one bomb sensitive one, and one a little bit longer, but you save on bombs. And look, 9 is usually way better than this. Just walk.
So, John, do you remember how the general feel of level 9 was when it was run blind?
I was just watching last week, but what people knew by then that they had to dig for the wand. That's all I remember about it.
And then you have these Patra stairs that can't have the path to the wand, which is also very interesting. Which may be one of the reasons why 9 was the way it was, because that Patra stair could not lead to the path. That was the only way to the wand.
Oh, great point. Yeah, because the randomizer won't put a Patra in the path to the wand. So the enemy set probably forced the shuffle to make it less staircase reliant.
It was very open. A lot of bombs and doors, and you could. I think you could probably reach almost everywhere without stairs.
I wonder if Dr. J lost his tracking notes or something, because he's looking in a lot of staircases. It does.
Yeah.
He's not playing this like he knows exactly where he's going, which
some bomb placements that I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Alright, he's got his wand. Save. Go kill some bunnies.
It maybe just reduce the number of bunnies so he can wand.
That's a possibility too. Although he's oh, he did it. He did it. Yeah, at 189 it seemed doable. Yeah. That has to feel so good to finally get that.
It wasn't about killing them. It was just getting that better buffered clip.
Yeah. Well, he killed a few of them to get them out of the way, but yeah, the wand clearly a lot easier than the candle to get that clip in.
The download said he did it at 220, and I think probably above, because I was trying. I went back with arrows, and I shot an arrow and tried, and something happened at 181. 182 worked, 182 didn't work. So
Interesting.
Probably above 182 is a good thing. All the way up, probably. And then the around 80 was where I was going, because I was pretty much planning out in what range I was going to be. Going to be in like 77 to 85 was where I wanted to be, where I needed to work. So I mean, at least we get some new science. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing though. I mean, it adds. If it's common knowledge, it kind of adds a little thing with the rupee thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad. It's at least an unseen consequence of messing with strange flags.
Yeah.
But as a router's flag, I mean, I think it only adds mystery to the routing, actually.
A Ganon fight with rupees effect speed at 197 rupees. Let's see what this looks like. He's just pointing the wand up. He's not doing the sideways sweep the way King Doll was. But looks like he got this unlocked though, so pretty nice fight.
Yeah, when you have that wand against the wall down there, just swing it. I mean, the hitbox is huge.
Yeah, I was talking about that during your Ganon fight.
And get your GGs out for Dr. J, finishing with the SRL time of
1 hour 29. He added the comment, no more candle clipping competitions. He's rather frustrated by how losing that much time to the candle clip and is not joining us on comms, understandably, because it seems to be because sometimes you need to stew privately and not publicly. So I think that'll do it for us tonight, unless anyone has any further comment. Thanks to King Doll and Dr. J for joining us on the restream, and thanks to our other racers who braved this challenge off stream as well. So fun night. Thanks to my co-commentator Kiros. Thanks to Freedom Fighter for wrestling with the tracker. We had some technical difficulties with the tracker during this race, and I'm sure that was stressful. So thanks to Freedom Fighter for dealing with that and getting that filled out. And thanks to Speed Gaming and to Oasis for organizing this, and Speed Gaming for hosting us tonight. We will be back next week, presumably with something a little more usual blind randomizer race. So
we'll provide something.
See you then. Yep.
It'll be same flags, but blindfolded.
Yeah, same flags with blindfolded. Yeah, probably not. Go watch Crystal Saber if you want that sort of thing. All right. I think that's that'll do it for us tonight. Good night.